So, very late qualifying to say the least. Normally we would be going at 8 p.m. UK, but we had to push it back due to F1 qualifying, actual F1 qualifying, which is happening in Mexico City. But we are running strong and at it. Here, it is about 11 past 9 p.m. UK. For those living on the US East Coast, it is 11 after 5 in the afternoon. But we are here, we're live, we're ready to go for RPL F1 Season 5. We are at the Russian Grand Prix circuit of Sochi Autodrome, and it is round 12 of the season. Hello everyone, I am Ironwolf here, and we have basically going to be having a packed stack again, with one driver, JRT Salt, going to be taking part in a bit. He'll be joined during qualifying. But last week, we were in Italy, in Monza, and it was won by L74G, taking his third Monza Grand Prix victory in a row. TB wound up, TB was in second place, and that's where he was staying at, but unfortunately, Reese, he finished in third, but courtesy of a 5-second penalty he got for spinning out Plum Wars in turn 1 on the opening lap, he was bumped down to P5, and Matt GW was declared third place. So here we are, here in Sochi, which is going to be a unique track to say the least. We did race this track earlier. If you tuned into the RPL stream for F2 earlier, that was won by AK in the restarted. That was won by AK in the restarted sprint, and MZQN was the winner of the feature. But that was F2. This is F1. Now, in the Drivers' Championship, Luke continues his lead. He has 216.5. He is 50.5 points clear of Reese with 166. Matt GW takes third place from Maxwell, 119 to 118. And speaking of Maxwell's not here tonight. So that is quite interesting. And TB is in fifth with 85. In the constructors' standings, it is pretty much the exact same. Red Bull, 340.5, has a 64.5 point lead over Mercedes, and McLaren remaining P3 with 137. But a bit further back, we have a bit of a three-way fight for fourth place between AlphaTauri, Alpine, and Ferrari. But that was Monza. This is now. So let's take a look at the people that are in tonight's event. We have ETSR Layton, aka Not Y'all, in the Williams. We have Payox in the Red Bull, filling in for Maxwell. The Artifact, brand spanking new driver, making his debut in F1 tonight, and he is in the Williams spot. Well, he actually joined the server last night, and tonight is his debut race. Matt GW and McLaren. TSR Cryptic, Alpine Academy driver, reserving for Aston Martin tonight. F1X in the Alpine. NRX Stenner. I don't know why was showing F1X. Okay, but anyways, he's in the Alfa Romeo. WMD debuted last week in Haas, made a unique little presence. along with his teammate who also debuted, Trappy, who is unfortunately not here, but Trappy was standout from the rest of the Haas team. The Chiller in the Ferrari, Beatnik in the other McLaren. AK gets a little loose there in the other Haas. Gecko in the other Ferrari. Reese in the Mercedes. Red Fire in the Alpine. Egg running in AlphaTauri. Luke in the other Red Bull. Barney in the other Alfa Romeo. TB in the Mercedes, and finally Jack in the remaining Alfa Romeo. Now there's only one person missing. It is the other Alfa Romeo, but that will be filled in by JRT Salt. He will be appearing later on in the event. Now, as a bunch of people are lining in and getting their times in, looks like our first benchmark is going to be Red Fire with a 32.3, and it gets destroyed by Luke with a 30.5. Now this is short quali. It is not your typical usual Q1, Q2, Q3. That was pushed to short quali, courtesy of the in real life Mexico quali session, which in the time of this being launched, it would have ended right about now, but courtesy of Lance Stroll pulling a stroll and wrecking the wall, pulled out the red flag, which delayed Q1 for quite a while. Anyways, as Jack comes across, he's P5 with a 32.3. But as it's looking around, it's quite interesting looking at all these guys coming about. And one time that actually has me interested with a 33.0 Artifact P9 in the Williams at this point. Let's take a look at the other guys. Let's see. Payok's coming about. That was only good enough for P4. There comes Beatnik now. He's next across. And it is only P6. But let's see about Cryptic. This is his second time running in the Aston Martin. Last time he ran was in Spa. I'll have to get the results to see how well he did there, but only P14. So the Ferrari boys, the only ones yet to set a lap. And interestingly, with some of these guys with their laps, take a look at the tire setups. Reese, Stenner, and Barney on the medium tires. So I'm willing to say, with the way this track is, this probably could be a two-stop strategy for the soft compound guys. They're probably gonna go soft, medium, perhaps, or if they want to risk a one stop, they could go soft to hard. With the medium tire guys, they could attempt to do a medium hard, or just do the reverse, medium soft, medium. But it all just depends on if this is a two-stop strategy race. I mean, Sachi can be a bit tricky on the tires, especially with these 90-degree corners in a lot of these areas. Like literally, as we're checking out Gecko now, just seeing some of these corners, like turn 4, 5, 7, 8. And 10. These are just 90-degree corners. And some of these can actually really get your tire going up. As we're checking out this little telemetry here, as we're seeing his speed as he's making his way through finishing sector 2, getting right up close to 200 miles an hour, right at the end of the DRS zone. I mean, with the front straightaway, these guys can be pushing close to 205. Especially with DRS. But if you get no slipstream with DRS and the overtake button on, these cars can probably be pushing it to about 210 miles an hour, perhaps faster, as Gecko goes P5. So Gecko P5 right now, but the top 3 sort of remains unchanged. With Luke, who's out on the medium tires. Luke setting the fastest lap so far with a 30.5. Did it on the soft compound tires. TB did the same. TB soft compound tires 30.8, and Matt on the softs a 30.9. That's your top 3 at this point. And Payox, the other Red Bull, 30.9, is the only other Red Bull, is the only other car to set it in D130s. Then from P5 to P8, we have the 1 minute 31s. Then from 9 to 11, 32s. And then pretty much everyone else, minus AK and the Chiller, in the 33s. AK currently the slowest with a 34.9. And the Chiller, the only one yet to go out, yet to get a lap in, as Salt is actually coming out on deck now. So Salt and the Chiller are coming out. I mean, the Chiller... Now, we did catch briefly at the beginning that the Chiller did invalidate his time lapse, so that he's gonna have to be going. He's gonna be going out again. So there's about 8.5 minutes left of qualifying here. But we can just easily, safely say that, well, I'm just gonna say it very politely. The Chiller has had a bit of a rocky season, so far. Has had a bit of a rocky season so far in season 5, and one thing that's also bit him in the tail before as well is qualifying, because in some aspects he can get pretty good with his qualifying, but the trouble is staying within the track limits. We've seen in 2 occasions where he was not able to set the time at all because of those track limits. So the Chiller is really going to have to step it up and try to see if he can at least put some life back into his Season 5 campaign. Now with the Chiller in the Ferrari, this is his 3rd season in the Ferrari car. He won the inaugural championship with the Ferrari. I believe he was in the top 4 in season 2, and he just had a little bit of some hiccups here and there within seasons 3 and 4. I mean, in season 3, he spent a minor chunk of his time racing for the Renault team, now known as Alpine, until he was drafted off to AlphaTauri to finish off season 3. And he was there in season 4 for a bit, then went back to Ferrari to finish off season 4, and now back full time in season 5. In fact, he's also going to be in it for season 6 too, as he got re-signed to Ferrari. Now, actually, since we are on board with the Chiller right now, so that should be quite interesting here. And we'll just taking a quick peek at the actual F1 qualifying, and ironically, looking at our time here, we have 5 minutes 45 seconds left in short quali. Actual F1 is coming close to 5 minutes left in quali, and just note, top 3 in actual F1 quali, it's Bottas, Hamilton, and Verstappen. So that's gonna be interesting. So basically, actual F1 qualifying is gonna end just about identical to our F1 qualifying. That's quite silly. But yeah, the Chiller goes P8, which is good for him, and Salt as he's going to be topping off his lap. It's going to be in the 32s, only 14th fastest. Now, so currently, as the field gets jostled about, some cars that are actually not doing that impressive. Let's see, who's been shining on really good here? I mean, we obviously know Matston doing very strong in here. Payok's doing really strong in the Red Bull. Beatnik doing pretty good. Jack doing pretty good. Egg in the AlphaTauri is also being surprising as he goes up into P8, overshooting the Chiller out. So he's doing pretty strong. The Alpines making up row 6. But one car that's actually not been doing pretty good is Cryptic right now. Cryptic, 33.1 compared to Jack's 31.8. He is 1.4 seconds off his teammate's time. And in terms of positioning, Jack is currently P10, Cryptic only P17. So looking like a bit of a Vettel Stroll kind of thing. I don't know. But never know. But yeah. So that's going to be interesting to say the least. Oh, wait a minute. This thing's been off key. Wow, I didn't know this was off key. Wow, I didn't know I was off on this. Okay, never mind. Oh well. Well, anyways. I was reading that wrong. Oh well. I didn't realize the thing was not live for F1. Oh well. Oops. Anyways, we're now. Let's see. So Gecko has called it a run. He's in there. He's P5. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting there. So I was definitely reading it wrong. I feel really bad. Alright, so about a minute and a half left to go here in short quali. And Reese goes to the top of the board. Nice. And look at the gap between the top 4. Literally a 1/10 of a second between the top 4. So Reese puts it on top. Is he gonna try? Oh, that's it for him. So Reese, he's just gotta hold his breath and hope that he can keep his pole. So, oh lord, this is gonna get really good. So now the question is who is gonna be? Now the question is who's gonna make it to the line? Well, literally, these guys are just so bunched up. These guys are all bunched up together. This is not gonna go well. This is gonna hurt some of these guys. So this is gonna hurt some of these guys. Matt's lagging really bad. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna hate saying it, but I think this is gonna be a little rough here. This is gonna be a little rough. Here we go. wonder if Luke can make it to the line. I mean, he's got a couple seconds. He did this last year, and he makes it with only like 2 seconds left. So he just makes it, and that's the end of it. This is going to end qualifying. Here comes WMD to come across, and he nips his teammate. He nipped his teammate. Payox can't do anything. Let's see, who's next coming across? That's definitely next. Only 12 fastest. Okay, don't know who's where. Okay, Artifact P17. Looks like Leighton is gonna be up next, along with TB. So TB and Luke had the chance to deny Reese for pole. We're on board with TB. This is all gonna go on him. Here he comes. And Leighton doesn't improve it, but TB does. TB nicks him. Where's Luke? There he is. He's right at the back of this pile. As everyone starts coming across. So basically, all eyes are on Luke now. He is the last one to cross. Is he gonna do it? Can he get it done? And he does! By half a second, Luke on pole. And Luke puts it into the 29s. Literally, look at that. About a 29.9 flat. He just blasts these guys out of water. So Luke on pole again. TB just nips his teammate by about 1/10 of a second. I mean, literally. About 2/10 separate second, third, and fourth. That's just wild. So that's your top 3. Luke, TB, and Reese. So that's gonna be quite interesting to say the least. But I do wonder what will happen come the race now. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. So as we are loading in to get ourselves ready for F1, this should be really good. Now the thing I do wonder is who will be on top here in the race tonight. If I had to make my prediction, I'd say probably, let's see, I'd probably say Luke is definitely, I think Luke is definitely going to take the win here. Reese is going to be, I say Reese is going to be second. And TB will be third. That's who I think is going to be the top of the timing sheets. Okay, let's see. Alright, so for those that are curious about with previous race winners, in season 1, that was won by the Chiller. Season 2 was won by Portly Boot. Season 3 was won by Matt. And last season, season 4, was won by Luke. So, as the drivers yank away for the formation lap, let's give you a rundown of our starting grid. As Salt gets disqualified from the formation lap. What a dunce. Alright, so anyways, here's the grid. So, it is Luke that is on pole. You have TB in second place. Reese and Matt make up row 2, as Matt is just lagging so bad. Payox and Beatnik make up row 3. Gecko and Barney make up row 4. Egg and the Chiller make up row 5. Jack and Salt make up row 6. It is an Alpine row 7 with Red and F1X. Stenner and Cryptic make up row 8. Artifact and WMD make up row 9. And then AK and Layton make up the back row. So as the everyone makes their way around, the tires here, Jack, Redfire, Stenner, and WMD are on the medium tires, while everyone else is on the soft tires. So I'm just gonna say here, guys, be very careful of Matt. Matt is lagging extremely bad. Alright, here we go. The 5 lights come on to start the Russian Grand Prix. And we are off and away. Luke gets a powerful getaway. And look at Matt with an amazing start. Gets clear of both Mercedes. Matt gets a really strong start. Here comes T-Man. Holy shit. We have a massive wreck behind the Chiller. F1X. Red Fire. Oh my goodness. And that is 2. Oh my god. We have a massive wreck in a safety car. Out of the gate immediately, and oh my god, that is not good. And unfortunately, in terms of Red Fire Tiger, his bad luck this season has just gone from bad to worse. I mean, literally, look at this. Look at all the cars just damaged. I mean, literally, we're just taking a look here. So, look at this. There's so many with damage here. I mean, Salt has no wing. WMD has damage. AK heavily damaged. Cryptic, minor damage. F1X, no wing. The Chiller damage too. Literally from 14 down, I'm wrecked. I have to take a look at the stream later on to figure out what happened, but I mean, literally, that was just chaos and mess. Oh my lord. I mean, a lot of these guys were just scrambling for position, and then just utter insanity just went happening here. So, so that wreck just overshadowed pretty much what happened up in the front with the launch. I mean, Luke got a really strong start, but Matt jumps both the Mercedes and gets into second place. I mean, Matt just really shocked me on that really strong start. Probably had the best. Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, literally, F1X, the Chiller, Cryptic, AK, Salt, all damaged up in that incident. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the race director, see what happened, and there's the answer there. Look at all these guys, just warnings there. Even Jackson falls in it too. I don't know what happened to Jackson. So it looks like the mess happened right in that midfield, right around the 10th to 13th position. Somewhere around there, and that's where all hell broke loose. Anyways, so we only managed to we didn't even get to turn 2 without a safety car happening. But literally the top 10 right now, it's Luke, Matt, TB, Reese, Payox, Beatnik, Gecko, Barney, Egg, and Jack. That is your top 10. But, I mean, literally, as far as with Red, yeah, Red's just out of it, unfortunately. I mean, this is the second week in a row he has been out of the event on the first lap. I mean, last week he got involved in an incident with Jag, and what the hell? What happened to AK? AK just spun unwrecked. Okay. Well, we just saw briefly that that Salt and AK were swapping positions on their safety car, and then Egg into the wall. Okay. We'll have to ask you to find out what happened. Just very interesting to see. That's for sure. Okay, so apparently, according to, so what happened was that apparently, off of Red's point of view, he said on his end, a lot of people in the midfield were swerving all over the place instead of staying in a straight line. All right, so it looks like people trying to rally for a good line and position, it just went horribly wrong. And AK's wreck, Haas doesn't want to stay in a straight line. Turning for a corner and the rear just goes. Well, that's unfortunate for him. Alright. 40 miles an hour. Oh no. Let me ask him about the big wreck. Oh wait, actually no, I'll wait till later. The safety car is coming in. So, Luke controls the pace of the field, and off he goes in the way, and we are back underway. And Luke guns into the penultimate corner. We're back on the green. Luke and Matt pulls a good jump on TB to get about Matt gets about a 0.6 of a second lead over TB. And here comes Payox. Nope, Payox is just looking to eyeball Beatnik. Oh no, yeah, good lord. Reese, all that such. JRT Salt and Cryptic. Clear there. There's a fight there between Payox and Reese. Reese sent the long way around, and Payox takes P4 from Reese. Well, the other Red Bull clears the Mercedes. So Payok's putting up a really strong fight. This is crucial for the constructors' points, especially for Red Bull to continue their lead. As F1X clears Cryptic for P15. Meanwhile, Jack is being harassed by Stenner. That's a battle for the last point position. As Gecko is eyeballing Beatnik, seeing if he can get himself into P6. As here he is, right in front of us, right here, as we make the way into the braking zone here. Very strong maneuvers there, and Barney was just getting a little fun. But literally, as these guys are up there, is Gecko just sniffing the tail of Beatnik. Beatnik having a very decent start in the McLaren part. But as the top 10 comes across the line, it is Luke, Matt, TB, Payox, Reese, Beatnik, Gecko, Barney, Egg, and Jack. That's your top 10 as of right now. And let's see if Gecko's close enough to see him wanting an attack. I don't think he is. He's just a little too far back. And as they make their way through, turns 2 into a little nick of turn 3. This is one little fight to keep an eye on here, that's for sure. It's a battle for P6 between Beatnik and looks like we are losing Matt. As Matt has glitched to last place. And yes, he is. Matt has disconnected. Matt has apparently disconnected from the session. So Matt is disconnected. He is in second, but he got glitched to last. And now TB is leading the race. TB's leading in second. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Well, literally, Matt really needs to get his connection figured out. And Luke with a major lockup in there. Let's see, Steiner is still trying to harass Jack for the last point position. I mean, it is kind of crucial. I mean, this is a very unique little fight here between Aston Martin and there goes Egg. Egg is spun out. Well, Egg spins out on the third and final corner, and here comes TV on the inside. He's thinking about it. No, he couldn't. He's just too far back. Well, what about Gecko? Has he got enough space to do it? No, he doesn't. But here comes... And look at that. There's some fight there. Stanley clears Jack. And looks like it... Oh, there goes a couple cars. And, oh, someone just went through the bollards. Was that Artifact that went through the bollard? I think it is. And Matt's glitched again to last. Oh... Yeah, Matt, you need to get your internet connection fixed, my guy. You need to get your connection fixed, buddy. So, anyways, well, Matt is just bouncing around, being last running to second place. He's just being bounced about like madman. Gecko still thinking about one eye of Beatnik. He's gonna see a chance. He's gonna go, maybe not. He thought of it, but changed his mind as Jack on the inside of braking zone clears Stenner to get himself into P8. Now Salt battling with Leighton and Cryptic, and Leighton loses a lot of ground, just loses 4 positions in the span of 3 of 4 corners. Now Salt being harassed by Cryptic. We have a mini train in the back half of the field. Meanwhile, Gecko now is he gonna see an eyeball opportunity? No, he does not. He's still too far back. Just Gecko's not seeing a chance to do it as Jack is jacking. And oh, out they go, Salt and Cryptic. Salt and Cryptic go off track. And often, but they rejoin their fine. But that cost Cryptic a spot along with Salt. I think Salt might have saw an opportunity to try to take P11 from Cryptic, but something went wrong between the two. And Jack and Stenner, they're still at it. I mean, literally, look at these guys. These two have been fighting back and forth in the DRS zones for P8. At some point, I don't know. I just got no words to say for this. I mean, literally. Anyways, here comes Reese eyeballing Payox, and Matt is still showing disconnected as TB finally clears him. Gecko's still harassing Beatnik for P6, and actually, at the end of the braking zone, Jack just couldn't find a way past. And they got Artifact with him. Artifact's been doing pretty good in his debut race. See, we're on board now with Gecko as he gonna finally seize an opportunity to try to get P6 from Beatnik as they head into the braking zone, and yes, he does. And he's done it. Here comes Jack again, bowing for P8, and he gets him this time, shuts the door on Stenner to make him react, trying to throw him off, but doesn't do any good. Egg trying to now make a minor recovery move as he's got to deal with Salt, and there's Matt spun out now. Matt has officially spun out, and he's back in it now. Most definitely in dead last now in 18th. So, okay. So, yeah, Matt is just going all over creation in terms of it. And now, apparently, according to this, he's now officially marked as one down. As Cryptic singing eyeballing on, he's got F1X on the inside, he's got Artifact design attack, he's seeing a shot, makes a little contact, doesn't seem to work, as we're on board with the two. Here he goes on the inside of Artifact, and he muscles his way into P10. Here goes F1X now. Oh boy, these guys are getting really close. That was close, and Artifact just hits the back of him, and off he goes. Excuse me. Anyways, here comes Stenner again. Oh my god. Stenner and Jack are still fighting. Those two are still fighting off, and Stenner joins the 3-second penalty club. And now Leighton joins them. Welcome to the penalty club, boys. Population, you two losers. Let's see, now Reese is singing an eyeball and Payox. There's a mini train between Payox, TB, and Reese. Payox, the meat filling of this sandwich from Mercedes here. Gecko still, he's finally got clear of Beatnik. I did say that earlier in the race. He got him. But anyways, and Luke is pitting. Luke has made the charge. He's pitting now. So Luke jumps the gun, decides to go in. He goes onto the medium compound tires. We'll see where he comes out. And looks like he is going to be in this hodgepodge mess in the midfield. It looks like Leighton and Artifact are coming in. So, here comes... So Luke comes out in P14 behind Salt, and I think Matt's is having a bit of a problem because apparently, according to this, he's 2 laps down. Okay, so he is bugging like mad. Are you seeing this? exactly. He was going backwards in the pits. He was sitting on the grid. He was going forwards and he was going backwards as Payox makes a move on TB, and Payox will shove, takes the lead, and Artifact's showing a bit of trouble. But anyways, I'll see if Mercedes will respond, and oh, Payox just smacked the wall, and we just lost Egg. So we just lost Egg for some weird reason. Okay, so weirdness alerts all over the place as Gecko, Beatnik, and Barney go in as TB retakes the lead as they go into turn 2. So Barney, Beatnik, Gecko, they have gone in. Jack still battling Stunner. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Is there a problem? Is there trouble? I just saw a yellow flag pop up, and I thought these guys got into a wreck. I thought those guys got in a wreck, but looks like Stenner's having problem. Oh no, they're on the wall! Oh, we got double DNF. F1X and Stenner get hooked, and off they go into the wall, and we have a safety car. So that and Stenner and F1X, we just... Wow. Okay, well, we just got the back half of that. They got hooked, and then they just went onto the wall. Okay, so that's the end of those two. So now Reese has a problem. And yeah, they're gonna double stack the Mercedes. They're gonna result in double stacking the Mercedes now. That might not be good. So Payox will easily get a jump on TB. Well, not TB. He'll get a jump on Reese, and off they go. As everyone's coming in now, but the Chiller's staying out. Well, don't forget, the Chiller did pit during the opening lap because of that wreck at the beginning. So the Chiller is nipped ahead into the lead. And Luke also pits again. So Luke onto another set of softs. So that's going to mean Luke is going to have to pit again. So he was on sauce, went on to the mediums, only went a lap on those mediums, and then pitted again for sauce. So Luke is going to have to make one more stop. So Luke's going to hope for another safety car in order to take advantage of that. So after these got cycled through, the Chiller is your leader. TB, Payox, Reese, Gecko, Beatnik, Barney, Luke, Jack, Salt, and Jack are your top 10. I was gonna bring Egg back because he did leave, unfortunately. Can someone let Matt know that let's see. Apparently even though he's behind WMD for 13th, Matt is technically 18th over almost 2 laps down. Can someone let Matt know that? see. Let's see. Apparently with F1X, he said that I got past the Alpha at turn 5, whatever it was, and as I began to straighten up, he still has his nose in, and we both went out. Well, we might. So unfortunately, now we have 4 drivers out of this race. So we have lost Red Fire because from that massive wreck in turn 1. AK crashed out under the first safety car, and then the reason for the second safety car, Stenner and F1X getting together and crashing out in turn 5. So that's definitely a bit unique. That's for sure, because consider this, that with 3 of these guys that are out as safety cars coming in the slab, Red Fire re-signs for Alpine for Season 6 next season. Stenner re-signed for Alfa Romeo, but F1X, he is moving from Alpine to Aston Martin next season. So the Chiller takes off, leads TB in the dirt, and TB now harassed by Payox as we're back on the green here in Russia. It looks like we're trying to break away from it. Looks like, oh, okay, Barney moved out of the way for Luke, so Luke gets back into 7th place. Beatnik hanging on. He's in P6. Leighton up in the P11 right now. Gecko now up on the tail here. Here comes TB. TB on much fresher medium compound tires. Get the Chiller's mediums 11 laps old, so they are showing some wear, that's for sure. But that might get him to shuffle backwards in the field. And here comes Payox right with him. And Reese is also there too. Reese thinking about making a move on the inside. Can't do it. So here we go, as they make their way through the long twisting back stretch. So TB can make a move for the fight for the lead as Luke clears Beatnik for P6, by the way. Wish we had like in F1, they had like a secondary screen so we can show it on the camera, you know what I mean? But anyways, so Payox harassing TB. There's Luke in the background as Ed gets booted out of the session yet again. And TB, ooh, gets a little tap from Payox. Just a rough. Payox deciding to ruffle his feathers. As Luke charges his way in, here comes TB making a move for the lead. And he gets clear. TB up in the lead. Payox making a move as well. He gets clear of the Chiller. Here comes Reese thinking about it too. No, he does not. But now Reese is now going to be harassed by Luke as Reese goes around the long way, gives him a little tap. Here comes Luke on the outside, goes a long way around. Just can't do it. Luke's stuck behind the Chiller, and Gecko stuck with him too. And Lord, Luke goes a long way around, and Luke clears Reese to get into P5, and oh, we got a crash. Luke hooked by Reese, and Gecko, unfortunate, gets caught up in it. And Gecko, no wing. And also Reese could be compromised too. Yes, he is. Reese does have damage after being hooked, after hooking Luke. I was thinking we were going to have a repeat like last week. Last week, Luke, not Luke. Last week, Reese spun out Plum Wars and looked like Reese was going to try to take his rival out. As Salt clears Reese, now Jack clears, and Reese has no choice but to come in, and so does Gecko. So now Reese is definitely now out of this one for sure. As the Chiller loses third to Luke and battle for the lead as Payox clears the way, and Payox now retakes the lead of the Russian Grand Prix. JRT, Salt, and Jack fighting for P7, and this is weird because apparently this is really glitched. Ooh, that was very close. That was very close between those guys because, well, apparently, according to the screen here, apparently the entire track is under double yellow flag conditions, which makes 0 sense. But there's nothing on the track. And now apparently, according to this, Matt is 4 laps down. Anyways, here comes TB again to try to clear, and the Chiller loses multiple positions to Barney and the Chiller. Now here comes Payox trying again, this time on the inside, now outside. Here comes Luke in it. And TB now stuck between a Red Bull sandwich now. Here comes Luke now. Luke on the Salter compound tires. That's what giving him a pure speed advantage. But remember, Luke might possibly need a pit again. Now the question is what's gonna? Oh god! Oh man! I thought they were gonna go 3 wide there, but Luke decides nope, not risking it. TB takes the lead back, and wow, this is getting really good here. TB, Payox, Luke putting on a show. Luke switches it up with Payox. Luke takes second place. As Payox is fighting back. Payox is going, yeah, I'm going to take this back. But I think it's because the track is still showing yellow conditions. It is a yellow flag track. I think Matt just needs to retire. Matt needs to retire because there's no one's passing because of Matt. Yeah, let me... Okay, now track's back. Okay, so... I guess things been bugged, but now we're mapped back. I think things should be okay. Now we're back in it. There we go. So now Luke, about 1.1 seconds clear. Wait, no, TB's clear Luke by 1.1 seconds. Payox takes in third place. Barney now in it, and now here we go. Okay, we should be okay now, because everyone is just flocking in. But TB, over a second, just a hair over a second clear Luke. Luke's trying to hunt him down, but Luke on those 5-lap old medium soft compound tires, and I think the wear is starting to hit. As Reese goes fastest, but he's in P14. He can't do a thing. Okay, so as an Artifact now joins the 3-second penalty club. Okay, Matt's back in it. Okay, so that was very weird. We just had to deal with like a couple laps where the whole track was under yellow, but nothing was wrong. And yeah, still, according to this, Matt is 4 laps down. Alright, so TB still holds the lead. Luke's second. Matt's... Anyway, so that is field as it stands. So, not sure what in the heck's going on, but we had basically a failure in the lobby in the session or something about the Chiller being challenged by Jack, and the Chiller's still hanging on strong. 16 laps on those mediums. He's still running. I think the Chiller's hoping for maybe a safety car or just to last the rest of the race on these tires. Which, to be fair, I mean, it's very ballsy if he tries to, but he's really pushing it here. He's still in the points. He's being challenged now by Salt for P7 now. And Leighton's just picking up more penalties now. Oops. Let's take a look at the penalties here. So Leighton 9 seconds, Cryptic 6 seconds, Beatnik has a 5 second, and Matt's coming in now. And Matt's in, and he's going on to the soft compound tires, but man, I'm not sure what happened, but just want to let you know, you are, according to the stream, you are 4 laps down, and now you're at risk of becoming 5 laps down because of the bugged game. And now WMD joins the 3-second penalty club. Anyways, the 2 Red Bulls still in pursuit of TB, but they're just not coming close enough. As Salt now looking to make a move to try to get past his Ferrari counterpart, the Chiller in the Ferrari, and he just can't because the Chiller also still has DRS because he's within a second of Jack. Well, that's a 3-way fight for P6. As Reese clears Egg, who I think is probably still disconnected. Yes, he is. So Egg, unfortunately, not being able to stay in it. So I think the lobby settings are really messing up some of these guys. I mean, literally, Egg having trouble staying connected to try to get back into the session. Matt was buggy and laggy and now appears as 4 laps down in this race. But still, all eyes are on the top. All eyes are still on the top 3 right now. The 2 Red Bulls and with Payox still with it. These guys still have a chance to try to pass TB to get themselves into it. But let's see, taking a look at the battery power. Let's see, Luke's thinking about making a move now. TB eyeballing, thinking about it. Luke's thinking of it. No, he's not. Payox overshoots. He's gonna have to take the escape road. And here comes Salt on the Chiller, and he might make it work. No, the Chiller's fighting back. These 2 are fighting back. This is a fight. Little rubbing contact, and the Chiller backs off. Salt takes P7 now. But still, all eyes are still on that top 3 right now. Between Luke, Payox, and TB. I don't know. I mean, Luke is still thinking about wanting to take a chance to try to get himself into the lead. And he's just not doing it. I mean, literally, they're on the same type of tire. They're on the same lap. They're on the same lap wear on the tires, but Luke is on softer compounds, so his tires are wearing faster than TB's. With only 6 laps to go, I mean, Luke is trying to manage some life into these tires to keep himself in the fight. I mean, currently, as it sits right now, let's see, who's got the fastest lap right now? Fastest lap, and Matt's around. Let's see, fastest lap, in terms of top 10, is being held by Luke right now, as Matt now goes 5 laps down. But anyway, so, Luke, so in this race, Luke currently is going to be gain 19 points on his rival Reese, who's currently out of the points right now. Because Reese right now, he's gonna be in DRS range of the Haas of WMD. Well, as this race is coming around to the wire, we need to factor in some driver of the day participants on who will be driver of the day. I mean, one guy that's really impressing so far is Payox. I don't know how many times he's been in the Red Bull this season, but here comes Luke. Luke's thinking about making a move. No, he cannot. But Payox, still, he's got a chance to possibly win this race. That's for sure. I mean, now here comes Salt now, as we have to shift away from the fight. Here he goes on Jack on the inside for P6. Salt is another one considered to be a driver of the day competitor. I mean, literally, he joined late, put on a good show, and he's in P6 right now. Barney in the AlphaTauri is doing pretty good. He's sitting in P5. And one other person that's potential for driver today, if he manages to keep his spot where he is Artifact. His debut race, and he's in 10th place in the Williams. So those are 4 people, potential competitors for driver today, as Luke gets a little close to TB, but still can't seem to lock it down. Now Luke, I mean, he's gonna have to do something. He's already 19 points clear of Reese. Now, if I was Luke, I would, you know that your main rival is out of the points, and I don't think he's able to catch ground to TB. So what I would do, if I was Luke, I'd let Payox take over. To get in the second place and have Payox run for a chance for a win. Because if you let Payox through, Payox can probably get past TB and then try to hold him up enough for Luke to get himself back in the second place. That's what I would do. Because Luke has been trying for laps and laps and laps to try to get a chance to get TB, but it's not working. It's just not working, and Luke is just coming up short. Well, Payox is just hanging in limbo. Payox is gonna have to do something. I mean, literally, if there's a chance for Red Bull to get a win here in Sachi, they might have to let Payox run with it. Perhaps. As Luke tries again, now he's making a move. This time on the inside. But this time TB gets the inside in the next corner, and TB still holding him off. TB's still holding off Luke. How in the world is he doing this? As now Reese gets back in the points. Reese back in the P10 now. Now Luke half a second back on TB now. Their ERS deployment is still basically just about identical as Matt comes back into the pits, and Matt calls it a race. Here he goes again. Maybe? No. Still not enough. Luke's just not getting anywhere. And time's running out. There's only a couple laps left in this race. I don't know if Luke's gonna Yeah, time's just running out. Luke, right now, sitting on 19 points. Luke's sitting at 19 points right now. Now it's back at 18 points because Reese is he's gonna have 2 points because he has the fastest lap. Anyways, way further back, the Chiller's looking about Cryptic for P8 now. Martin's doing pretty good. They're sitting in 7th and 8th respectively. And TB still keeping his calm and composure. He's been under threat from the Red Bulls pretty much since the safety car restart. So, I mean, literally, TB has to make up for Reese's misfortune earlier in the event, and TB is still looking to be on track for it as Luke slips further and further back. Yeah, Luke is just not finding it. He's not finding it. There's only 2 to go. I mean, Luke's just about to run out of ERS now. I mean, Luke is gonna have to. Yes, he is. He's moving over for Payox. Payox finally makes it through. Payox now has a chance for a victory now. Luke knew that he cannot do it, so he has finally decided to let Payox through, but is it too little, too late? I mean, I think Luke could have let him through at least 3, 4, maybe 5 laps ago, but he just kept pushing to try to do it, and he just couldn't do it. Now, it's all up to Payox. And that Reese battling the Chiller for P9, by the way, in those little corners there. But now we go into the final lap. Literally, there's 2 DRS zones, the one in the main straight and in the backstretch. That is basically Payox's only opportunities to try to win this race. So, all eyes are on TB. Can he hold off Payox to win his first GP of the season? He's holding Payox off in turn number 1, into turn 2, as Reese claws into P8, passing Cryptic, and Barney P4 after clamoring with Beatnik. So literally, Red Bull are sitting 2, 3, and the Red Bull Academy cars sitting 2, 3, and 4. That will probably get Egg into utter elation. Now, this is the last shot. This is all or nothing now. Payox with the fight. TB want to put it up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Into there. Payox gets the lead. TB fighting. Payox clears him. Payox gets him. And this is it. That's it. Into the last couple of corners. Here we go. TB fought and fought and fought, but it was not enough as they come around the last couple corners. Payox Kings wins the Russian Grand Prix. TB second, and Reese and Luke third place. Here comes Barney. He comes across the line to take P4, and Beatnik P5. Here comes Salt. Here comes Salt. Around the last couple corners, he will come across the line. He will finish a strong P6 for Alfa Romeo. Reese, redemption run, P7. Jack, P8. The Chiller goes to P9, courtesy of penalties. Cryptic in P10. Wow. That was a monstrous. I'm just at a loss for words there. I mean, Payox held it. Payox clawed. I mean, the Red Bulls clawed and fought, and it was just, oh wow. And that is it. Payox, your winner. And you know what? Payox is driver today. I don't care what comes up on screen. And apparently we didn't see a driver today. Nothing. Apparently there was nothing needed, but there he is. Payox King, your winner of the Russian Grand Prix. I believe that's his first ever win in RPL. And his TB, second place, Luke in third. But huge credit to TB though, showing the raw tenacity to hold Luke and Payox off for so long. But in the end, Payox, those two tired him out enough for Payox to swoop in and win the event. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Payox King, your winner. TB in second. Luke in third. Wow. And there's the rest of your grid. Barney 4, Beatnik 5, Salt 6, Reese 7, Jack in 8, DeChiller 9, and Cryptic P10. Oh, wow. So, that is going to conclude the stream for tonight. And, oh, that was just monumental. So, streams will be going on again next week. Starting off in F1 Tier 2, they'll be kicking off round 3, racing in Bahrain. Next Saturday, F2 will be in Suzuka. And lastly, round 13 for F1 will also be in Suzuka. So, from RPL Streams, this is Ty9. We'll say good night and have a good one.